The preseason AP Top 25, as I told you, came out, last Monday. And once again, Alabama is at the front, but don't worry, Texas is back. Nick Saban recently became the last man on earth to find out that Oregon has more than 100 uniform combinations for its football team. Upon hearing this fact, Saban told the media, "We have 2 red jerseys at home, white jerseys away. Our main concern around here is who is wearing them." It's funny. I read the same thing about some soldiers in the Revolutionary War. They weren't the good guys. Meanwhile, at Oklahoma, where the nickname for the flagship football team is a euphemism for thief, and where we also wear red and white jerseys, well, we just say that tracks. Speaking of OU, the Sooners debuted at number 2 in the preseason poll, making it the second highest ranked team in the SEC. Some analysis now, because that's what you tune in the show for. There are 5 Pac-12 teams ranked in the top 25. It's not too shabby, which is 1 for every year since the league has put a team in the college football playoff. The SEC got a total of 6 teams into the poll, including longtime and sustaining member Oklahoma, which is 1 for every team the league thinks should get into the 4-team tournament every single year. 6 teams for 4 spots. The Big Ten got 5 into the poll, 1 to compete in the playoff, and the other 4 to build Ohio State's resume. The remaining 9 ranked teams come from lesser, more inconsequential conferences, like the ACC and the Big 12. Number 3, Clemson, received 6 first-place votes, or the number of broadcasters capable of correctly pronouncing DJ Uiagalelei. Ohio State ranks number 4 in the poll, no matter what Dabo Swinney thinks about it. Pardon me if that's like pouring sugar into an open wound. At number 5, Georgia is in a very familiar position. It's looking up at number 1, Alabama, looking down on Florida, and embarrassingly at 4 decades without a national title. Talk about your 40-year drought. That's a storyline so absurdly funny that Steve Carell starred in a movie about it. Texas A&M sits at 6th in the poll, which might be the highest the Aggies rank all year. To understand why I framed it this way, I feel we need to take a walk through &U football history. You see, recently, Jimbo Fisher has never beaten Alabama as head coach at &U. Hasn't beaten Nick Saban and Alabama since 2012, when I graduated grad school. It hasn't won a conference title this century, and it hasn't won a national title since World War II began in 1939. Yet &U fans believe this is their year. And you know what? &U fans, you are right. This is your year. Every single year. At number 7, Iowa State isn't sneaking up on anybody because its mascot is a tropical storm in a landlocked state. It's kind of hard to miss because it's a meteorological impossibility, like blizzards in Brazil, or 110-degree heat in Scandinavia in December, or the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Cincinnati locked up the number 8 spot, means the Bearcats are picked to be the highest ranked team locked out of the playoff for a second straight season. Bravo to them. Notre Dame ranks 9th in the poll. If the Irish can move up 3 spots by season's end, they'll be in the unparalleled position to lose a 10th straight New Year's Six Bowl. Fighting Irish. North Carolina is ranked number 10 in the poll. It's the first time that the Tar Heels have been ranked this highly at the start of the season since 1997. Expectations in Raleigh haven't been this high since tutors at UNC told players, "I got you." Now, the AP poll has been around since like 1936, right? That year, unemployment reached 16.9% in the U.S. Germany aligned with Italy and Japan to form the Axis powers, and King Edward abdicated the throne. But it was a banner year for sports shoulder programming. Hit a new high with yet a new way to rank stuff. The top 10 teams in the preseason poll, of course, again, as a recap: Alabama, Oklahoma, Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia, Texas A&M, Iowa State, Cincinnati, Notre Dame, and North Carolina. Now, every single year for the past 19 years, save 2019, there has been at least one preseason top 10 team that finished the season unranked. So as you can see, these rankings can pick a national title winner and predict the future. Defending Pac-12 champ Oregon ranks number 11. Just goes to show that hard work, resilience, and a close relationship with the 19th richest man in the world and progenitor of the most successful retail apparel company in history can do for a young, scrappy program. Let's not confuse Oregon with Alexander Hamilton, is all I'm saying. At number 12, Wisconsin carries the nation's expectations to be like the Bucks and Antetokounmpo, though I don't think that that's really in the cards for them. Florida ranks number 13. I'm honestly just concerned about whether or not they want to be ranked there. If you think that's dismissive, consider the core of this UF team lost 55-20 to Oklahoma in the 2020 Cotton Bowl. You realize that the 55 points Oklahoma dropped on Florida in the Cotton Bowl were the most since Nebraska dropped 62 on the Gators in 1996 in the Fiesta Bowl. None of the kids on Florida's team were alive the last time the Gators gave up 55 or more. Most older Florida fans wish they weren't either. Also, Nebraska dropping 62 on somebody. Those were the days. While we're on the subject of Florida, though, I object. And Miami ranks number 14 in the poll. Derek King hasn't lined up an NIL deal partnership with the Hurricanes ranking yet, though I'm sure his company's going to get right on that. USC ranks number 15 in the poll. It is their highest preseason ranking since 2018. Unconfirmed reports are, upon hearing this news, Clay Helton stood in the middle of the Coliseum, threw his sword into the well-heeled gentry in the luxury boxes, and yelled out, "Are you not entertained?" I think he's trying to tell y'all something. LSU ranks number 16, making it the 5th best team in the league behind Alabama, Georgia, Texas A&M, and perennial SEC power Oklahoma. Indiana opens the season ranked number 17. It is the first time the Hoosiers have been ranked in the AP preseason poll since 1969. It's a feat so astounding that Notre Dame and Purdue fans alike had to look up where Indiana is. Iowa ranks 18th here, but remains the nation's number 1 corn producer, adding even more insult to Nebraska injury. Penn State is ranked number 19, but against number 12 Wisconsin on September 4th, they got to prove it. Sorry, them's the breaks. Washington can substantiate its number 20 ranking by winning at the Big House, which is a euphemism for prison. Texas might rank number 21 in the poll, but the Longhorns are number 1 in unrealistically high expectations. At number 22, Coastal Carolina is ranked so highly that the Duke is already trying to make sure the sun never rises so the Chanticleers can't crow. Shout out to all my Rockadoodle fans out there. Y'all get it. Number 23, Louisiana is a ranked Texas win on the road away from being a real pain, and LSU fans is behind. Like it drank an entire bottle of Raging Cajun Louisiana hot sauce to wash down a dozen jalapeno peppers coated with chili powder engineered to match the heat of the sun. Might hurt a little bit coming out, that's all I'm saying. Number 24, Utah would like to know what gives with all this disrespect. Weren't y'all clamoring for BYU? Clamor for another Utah team. And then rounding out the top 25 is Arizona State, which is redundant. But remember what Mike Leach taught us. You can never underestimate the mystical powers of a Sun Devil. Hey kinfolk, I appreciate you for watching. Subscribe here and ring the bell so you don't miss the latest upload to the channel. Also, be sure to watch more videos here, like FS1 Studio shows and the best from Fox Sports and Fox Sports Digital.